All right, let's talk about peptides. They're everywhere, right? You see them in your skincare, you hear biohackers raving about them. They're the hot topic in longevity circles. But what are they? Seriously, is this the future of medicine we're looking at, or is it just the latest wellness fad? We're going to break it all down.
So here's the game plan. First up, we'll get down to the basics, what these things even are. Then we'll dive right into that big anti-aging promise. We're also going to compare the different ways people use them, uncover their kind of secret life in actual medicine, and this is a big one, we have to talk about the risks. And to wrap it all up, we'll take a look at what the future holds.
Okay, first things first. What's all the buzz about? Before we get into all the cool stuff and the scary stuff, we need to get on the same page about what a peptide is. This is the foundation for everything else, so let's get this right.
I mean, you've definitely heard the word peptide thrown around a lot. Skincare ads, influencers, you name it. But what does it actually mean? Are they just tiny proteins? Some kind of hormone? Let's get a straight answer.
Okay, this is probably the best analogy you'll hear. Think of peptides as little text messages for your body. They are short, super direct chains of amino acids, and they give your cells very specific instructions. You know, proteins are more like long, complicated emails. Peptides, they're the quick text that says, hey, do this now. That's what makes them such powerful messengers.
Now here's the thing. Your body's already a peptide-making machine. It's happening right now. They're like these tiny managers running around behind the scenes, handling everything from healing a cut to telling your skin to make more collagen. So we're not talking about some weird foreign substance. Peptides are a fundamental part of how you work. But, and this is the big but, as we get older, our bodies just don't make as many of them.
And that decline in production, well, that's where the whole anti-aging industry had its light bulb moment. The thinking is actually pretty simple. If our bodies are making less of these crucial messengers, why don't we just, put more back in?
And that right there is the core idea behind peptide therapy. It's not really about adding something foreign or unnatural. It's about resending those text messages that your cells just aren't getting as often anymore. It's like giving your body a little reminder of the instruction manual it already has for repairing and rejuvenating itself. And this is where all the hype comes from. Seriously, the claims are huge. We're talking everything from firmer skin to recovering faster from your workouts. Some people believe peptides can tap into these deep cellular pathways for a longer, healthier life. So yeah, this goes way beyond just looking younger. It's about feeling younger from the inside out.
So the big question is, how do you actually get these peptides where they need to go? This is super important because the answer leads us down two completely different roads, with totally different outcomes and, frankly, different risks.
You can basically break it down into two main methods. On one hand, you've got your topical peptides, the stuff in skincare creams and serums. They work locally, right on your skin's surface. Super low risk, easy to use. On the other hand, you have injectable peptides. Now these go systemic. They hit your entire body for a much bigger effect. The potential payoff is way higher, but guess what? So are the risks.
So with the topical peptide serum, you're literally sending that text message directly to your skin cells. It's like whispering in their ear, hey, make more collagen, make more elastin. It's a really targeted approach for things like wrinkles and firmness. And look, if you stick with it, you can definitely see a real difference, usually after a couple of months.
But injectables, whoa, that's a whole different ballgame. Now we're talking about peptides that get into your bloodstream and can potentially speed up tissue repair after an injury, or ones that signal your body to release more of its own growth hormone. This isn't about your skin anymore. This is about trying to optimize your entire system for better recovery, better metabolism, the whole shebang.
So it's easy to look at all this and think, okay, this is just another wellness fad, right? And it's tempting, but you'd be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Because behind all the anti-aging hype, there is a much, much bigger story. A story that's been playing out in mainstream medicine for a long time.
Check out this number, $70 billion. That's not the wellness market. That's the global market for therapeutic peptide drugs back in 2019. This isn't some fringe thing biohackers are doing in their garage. This is a massive, massive cornerstone of modern pharmaceuticals. A number that big tells you one thing for sure. These molecules are a very big deal.
And here is the undeniable proof. Just look at this list. We are not talking about gray market supplements here. These are powerful, life-saving, FDA-approved drugs. Peptides are at the core of treatments for major diseases like type 2 diabetes, HIV, osteoporosis, even acute heart failure. The takeaway here is crystal clear. In the right context, with the right oversight, peptides are serious, powerful medicine.
So you see, we have these two parallel worlds, right? You've got the super-regulated, highly researched world of prescription peptide drugs, and then you've got the Wild West of the direct-to-consumer market. And that brings us to something we absolutely have to talk about, the risks.
This quote just nails the paradox perfectly. Peptide therapy is one of the most promising but least regulated fields. The science is so exciting, it's driving this huge wave of interest, but the hype is moving way faster than the regulations that are meant to keep people safe, especially when you step outside a doctor's supervision.
And let's be really clear here. The risks are no joke, especially with injectables from unregulated sources. When you buy this stuff online, you are literally rolling the dice. You have no idea if it's pure, if it's contaminated, or if it's even the right substance. You could be messing with your hormones in ways you don't understand, or even worse, potentially increasing risk factors for really serious conditions. And the long-term effects of using these off-label, honestly, nobody really knows.
So here is the absolute bottom line. For topical peptides in your skincare, the risks are very, very low. But if you were even thinking about going the injectable route, medical supervision isn't just a good idea, it is absolutely essential. A doctor is your only real safeguard to make sure you're getting a legitimate product, using the right dose, and being monitored safely. Okay, so despite all the risks in that unregulated space, the actual science is moving forward at an incredible speed. So let's wrap this up by looking ahead at what's next for these tiny but incredibly mighty messengers.
And the future here is, well, it's kind of mind-blowing. I mean, just imagine using AI to design a peptide specifically for your body to fight an illness. Or think about new delivery systems, like just taking a pill that sends a healing peptide exactly where it needs to go. Scientists are working on therapies for things like neurodegeneration, age-related muscle loss, even targeted cancer treatments. This is where science fiction really starts to feel like it's becoming science fact.
So after all that, where do we land? Are peptides the future of personalized medicine, or are they just the next wellness bubble waiting to pop? You know what? The answer is, they're kind of both. In the lab, in the clinic, they are an absolute game changer. But out in the wild world of wellness, the hype can get ahead of the science, and that can be dangerous. The real challenge for you and for me is learning how to separate the incredible science from the clever sales pitch.